Defining grid wizard. So grid wizard display iterative fields and action within a sortable grid control. Like whatever the repetitive fields are there, na, those are like those will be handled in the mainly in grid wizard itself. Like tables, grid wizard, which are iterative fields, those will be there in the grid with the grid and tables.
Yeah.
Whereas in section will not keep because that will be an iterative one.
Yeah.
And unlike tables, however, grid wizard allows users to sort and rearrange table columns. In addition, grid wizard can paginate and displaying on each page the number of the iteration specified in the maximum iteration property specified for the associated group. So in this action, you will learn how to add, duplicate, and result. So basically, you remember like grid wizard is used for nothing but the iterative field. Whereas likewise, as same like table.
Huh.
Grid wizard display always display in the following manner. Like fields are laid out across the page in column. Iterations are uh, laid down the page in row. Okay, like for example, like two fields are there. Okay, you want those two fields to be like one field here and one field here. So those
Yeah.
kind of changes you can do in grid wizard. Suppose if you want this first field here and second field down, those also you can do those kind of things in grid wizard, but not in others one.
Okay.
Okay, that is called laid across, laid out down. Okay,
Ah.
I mean direction of the field.
Yeah.
So field caption display only for the first iteration.
Hmm.
Uh, so basically, only for the first iteration, the field caption will be there. Whereas for second iteration, only the value will be displaying, not the field value. I mean, like not the caption.
Yeah.
Okay. Like as forms, you remember, right?
Yeah.
Field caption display above field values. Okay. You
Hmm.
remember correct only, right? Field caption will be displayed above and down values will be printed. So grid wizard content is read only content. So basically user cannot edit this, only it's a read only field.
Ah. Okay.
DuckGrid does not support editable radio buttons in grids. Okay. I
Okay.
mean like radio buttons which are there, na, those will not be whatever the grid wizards we are using, na, in that whatever we create like buttons or fields or anything, those all will be only in the read only.
Hmm.
Multiple grids per pages, sorting of paging grids. Like you can have multiple grids for pages as well.
Yeah.
Adding a grid. So how you add a grid? Like you can add a grid wizard by doing one of the following, like adding the grid wizard under a section or table. Like you can add a grid wizard under the section or a table, but not, I mean, like you cannot add a grid wizard in section.
Okay.
Converting the section automatically created under the page group. Adding a group and converting respondent table to a grid wizard. So nothing but just don't remember these all. Like you will be confused. Even in the interview, they don't ask. They'll ask only the difference between them. Okay. When adding grid wizard, remember that a grid wizard iterates to the closest parent group in tree. Okay, nothing but iterate to whatever the parent is there na, for the particular field of the group parent.
Yeah.
So that will be iterated. So adding how we add a grid wizard under a section or a table. To add a grid wizard under a section or a table, click on the section or table under the which to add a grid wizard. On the edit menu, click advanced and then click add grid wizard. Okay, you can also like use this shortcuts like Control A plus G, right click or section or table like click advanced and then click add grid wizard.
Yeah.
Converting the section automatically created under the page group. Nothing but what are the section you have created now you can the page. Yeah. Suppose if you want section to be converted in the grid wizard. Okay, so you can do that as well. So how can you do it? Like click on the section beneath the page group and click on edit menu and convert to grid wizard.
Yeah.
Selected section will appear as a grid wizard. Whatever you have section you have created, that will be converted into the grid wizard and display in the page designer.
Hmm.
Other way of doing is like right click on the section and then click convert to grid wizard.
Okay.
Okay. Adding a group and converting the corresponding table. Okay, like in a grid, I mean, like you wanted to convert that particular group into a table.
Table will be converted.
So basically, okay, in the manuscript, there is already a group and the table is created in one single group, okay, in a page, in a particular screen.
Hmm.
Okay, now the user want to convert the table into a grid wizard.
Yeah.
Now, how you do it? Like click on the section or a table that under which to add the group. Okay,
Yeah.
now table is already created in the particular page or particular screen in the page designer. Okay, now you wanted to add a separate group and convert the particular table into a grid section.
Hmm.
Just give me a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, Mega, sorry for disturbing there. Someone is ringing the bell again.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So now click the section or a table which where you wanted to convert that particular table. Okay.
Yeah.
Click the add group button. The selected group associated dialog box will appear. There you can click the main group water like data or the particular parent of the group. Now in that appropriate group, click click the bin, move that particular table to that group. Okay. Now then you click on the convert to grid wizard.
Okay.
Other way of doing is right click on the table and click on the convert to grid wizard.
Yeah.
Maybe you are confused. I will show here. For example, this is the new group which I have created now.
Hmm.
Okay, forms name is the table name.
Okay.
I wanted to convert this into the grid wizard.
Yeah.
Now I created a group, new group. So what I will do, I'll just move this particular form name table to my new group first.
Hmm.
Down arrow button will be there in the manuscript. After clicking on that, now if in the group, in this group, this table is there. Now I wanted to convert this table into the group grid wizard. Now I'll right click and click on that convert to grid wizard.
Yeah. Okay.
Duplicating a grid wizard. To duplicate a grid wizard, click the grid wizard you wish to duplicate.
Hmm.
On edit menu, click duplicate.
Okay.
The duplicate grid dialog box will appear and click the type of action to take options are okay.
Yeah.
Now like duplicate grid structure only, duplicate grid structure and field. These are the type of actions will be available. I mean type of duplicate. Grid structure and replace fields.
Yeah.
Okay, grid structure means only that main heading structure only will be duplicated. Whereas a grid structure and fields means whatever the fields you have created, those all will be duplicated in that grid with that and along with grid as well. No, you wanted to you don't wanted to duplicate the field, but you wanted to replace those fields with some other new fields. Okay, then in that case, you will be doing a duplicate grid structure and replace fields.
Yeah.
If you choose to duplicate the grid with the structure and replace field, define field replacement rule. Click a group for replace field from the group and click a group with similar fields in the group and click on OK. So deleting a grid wizard. So how you delete it? Suppose if you don't want that particular whatever the you created earlier and now you wanted to delete. So how you delete it? Like first you need to select that particular grid wizard you wish to delete and then click on the delete button.
Yeah.
Okay, now a pop-up will appear like yes or no for confirmation to delete it.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I mean, like converting a grid wizard for instructions, like instructions on converting grid wizard to that section or a table. Okay, these are the properties which are available, like name, grid caption, header. Okay, these are all. Now, setting name property. So, how you set a name property for this particular grid, which you have created? I mean, what are the name you wanted to give for the grid, particular grid which you have created in the page designer? Now you want to give it a name.
Yeah.
So how you give it? The name property contains the name of the grid wizard. This name appears on the grid wizard in the page designer list. So to set the value of the name property in page designer, click the grid wizard.
Yeah.
On the definition tab, click name and then enter the grid wizard name.
Yeah.
And the next, set in the grid caption property. Okay, same likewise. So grid caption property contains text to display as the title of the grid.
Okay.
So to set the value of the grid caption property in the page designer, click on the grid wizard on the definition tab, click grid wizard, grid caption and enter the grid caption. Okay.
Okay.
Name is something that you wish to display in the manuscript.
Acha. Okay.
Caption is something that you wish to display on the UI.
Oh.
So this property is not available to you. Okay, this is not available for the grid wizard.
Yeah.
So setting the read-only content property. So what are the grid wizard you have created or the fields you have created in the grid wizard? Now you wanted to those on the UI you want only it should be only read only. User should not able to edit or enter any of the data. Okay. So now how you set that property in this manuscript? So the read-only content property specifies whether the grid content is only read-only. To set the value of the read-only content property, click on the grid wizard. On the definition tab, click read-only content. So in the read-only content list, click true or false.
Yeah.
Setting the show condition property, like show condition property in the sense like whenever like if you have any condition that particular grid wizard should be displayed on that particular screen so and so time, like so and so after click of the value or after click of the particular state or particular effective date. If you have any kind of a condition, now how you wanted to specify. Okay.
Yeah.
So now the show condition property specifies when to show the grid wizard. So to set the value of the show condition property, click the grid wizard on the definition tab, click show condition. To the right of the show condition field, click a click button to use reference select dialog box to select a Boolean field. Sorting property, like sorting in the sense like order, like uh, alphabetical order or in any order you wanted to give those particular fields, then you need to use this.
Okay.
The sorting property specifies whether the grid wizard is sortable by column. Okay, so basically this grid wizard will be in a form of a table.
Yeah.
So now you wanted to sort that particular column. So you need to use this particular grid widget property. So click on the grid widget on the definition tab, click sorting. In sorting list, click true or false. True means it will sort, but false means it will not.
Yeah.
Set in the grid caption style property. Nothing but what are the style you want, like italic, bold, or should be large, or I mean like. So what are the properties you want? How you set it? Like click on the grid widget on the definition tab, click grid caption style. To the right of the grid caption style, click CSS button to use and click the respective CSS style in that button.
Yeah.
Set in the grid style property. So how, I mean like nothing but applying to the whole entire grid with CSS properties. So how you set that? Click on the grid wizard on the definition tab, click grid style, and to the right of the grid style field, click CSS button to use for the particular desired style. Okay, now like defining pages. Okay, just give me a minute, 2 minutes. If you want to take a break, you take it.
Yeah. Okay.
So pages. So like what is pages and how you add and delete, we'll be seeing here. So in addition to adding or deleting a page, you can also define page properties. When defining pages, you can define basic and advanced properties. You can also define the page style and annotation. Okay. So how to add a page? To add a version to page, click on the page set. Under the page set, click like what are the page you wanted to add. Click on that particular page set name, the
Okay.
page designer. Okay, now you click on the add page button.
Mhm.
The add page dialog box will appear. Now click on the page version list like 2.0.
Okay.
Okay, then enter the name of the new page and click on OK.
Okay.
Now, to the right of the manuscript field, click on the Eclipse button, reference or defaulted to current manuscript. Suppose if it is already existing, then you can click this.
Okay.
Okay. Then click on OK. So how you delete a page? Like click on the particular page you wanted to delete and click on the delete button. Confirm dialog box will appear like yes or no, and you can click like yes or no. Okay, define basic page properties. These are some of the properties which are available while creating a page.
Yeah.
A page name, page version, manuscript reference, page set reference. Okay, these are all, it's common for each and every field and pages.
Okay.
Setting the page name. Suppose you wanted to set the page name as some so and so name. Okay, now how you set it? Page name property specifies the name of the page as the user sees it.
Yeah.
The value of this property is set in add page dialog box when you create the page. So while you're creating the particular page in the manuscript, then itself you need to set the name. Okay, right click on the particular page. In shortcut menu, click rename. Or if you right click on that particular page name, you can see like rename. So
Yeah.
rename dialog box will appear. You can enter the new name and click on OK. So the page name will be changing in the page designer list as well. So in the manuscript. Set in the page version. So how to set the page version? So page version property specifies the page version. The value of the property is set in add dialog box when you create a page. So if you have defined the page version as a version 1, you can convert it to the version 2, but you cannot convert that version 2 into the version 1.
Yeah.
So to convert a page to version 2, how you do it? These are the steps. On the tool menu, click on the page converter. So the page converter dialog box will appear.
Yeah.
Click convert to single page and then specify the page set and page you wish to convert.
Yeah.
And now, so like Click continue. A warning message appears. Select yes, I understand, and then click on continue. So that's a warning dialog box before continuing, before changing the version.
Yeah.
In success confirmation dialog, click OK. The page conversion changes in the page version property. Now, like setting the manuscript preference property.
Yeah.
Manuscript preference property appears only for referenced pages. Okay, only for the some particular pages. So the manuscript preference property specifies the manuscript containing the pages to reference. So if blank, this property appears default to the current manuscript.
Yeah.
Suppose you have created one particular page in your current manuscript. Okay, now you wanted that particular page to be displayed, or you have dragged that particular page from some other manuscript. So those kind of a thing are called like referenced pages, which are hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, which are from the other manuscript. So how you do it? Click on the referenced page on the definition tab. Click manuscript reference. To the right of the manuscript reference field, click Eclipse button to open the edit reference page dialog box and change the manuscript, pasted and page. Okay, the same wise you need to do for the page set as well. This is for pages. This is for page set. So this is for likewise, this is for caption and this is for page reference. Okay, how you set a caption? Click on the page on the definition tab, click caption and specify a value, or you can if already the existing field is there, then you can just click on the clip button and map the correct respondent field.
Okay.
That in the position property, like this you can ignore, or you can like this is for meta pages where you will not be working on the
Okay.
set in the show page property. Like when that particular page should be displayed on the UI, you are setting the condition here. So how to set that? Click on the page on the definition tab, click show page, and to the right of the show page field, click Eclipse button to use the reference and select condition.
Okay.
Set in the read-only content property. If you want the content should be read-only in that particular page, then you need to give these properties. Like click on the page on the definition tab, click read-only content. To the right of the read-only content field, click Eclipse button to use and select the particular condition, which is already there in your current manuscript.
Okay.
Execute manuscript property. Execute manuscript property in the sense like the particular manuscript calculates value before the page is displayed.
Okay.
Suppose if that particular page is only for rating, so basically rating is contained only for the calculation purpose.
Yeah.
So those kind of a screen will be, we need to give like execute manuscript property. So how we set it? Click on the page, click on the definition tab, click execute manuscript. In execute manuscript list, click appropriate but option. Like strong no indicates like do not execute the manuscript. Strong calculate indicates like these are the options which are available.
Yeah.
Calculate the field specified as the primary value and display the result, but do not update the session.
Okay.
Okay, this is like one time. Calculate and accept. Calculate the field specified as a primary value and display the result and update the session.
Yeah.
Executing a manuscript often slows performance, only execute when necessary. Okay, set in the in this worksheet you can ignore. Set in the indel debug property. Debug in the sense like the property with a page response should be included. Rating debug information. Okay, while doing the rating, you need to debug the field values. What are the previous values are there?
Yeah.
So while creating especially for the rating screen or rating page, you need to include this property.
Yeah.
For the calculation purpose, like click on the page on the definition tab, click the indel debug, and in the indel debug, click yes or no.
Hmm.
So defining advanced page properties. These are some of the page properties which are available for not normal, advanced page properties. These are
Okay.
okay. Setting hide header property. Suppose you don't want to display the header for the particular page, you wanted to hide it
Yeah.
only when particular time. So
Hmm.
how you set the condition? The hide header property specifies whether the meta page should be displayed on the page. To
Yeah.
set the value of the hide header property, click on the page on the definition tab, click hide header.
Hmm.
Specify a value if you have any particular condition or value, okay? Or else you can map the respective field which is already existing in the manuscript for this particular condition.
Yeah.
Setting the hide annotation property. Okay, like annotation links, like for example, when you click on that link, that one particular screen should be opened. So those kind of things will be here. Like click on the page on the definition tab, click and hide annotation, specify a value or map that respective field which is already existing.
Yeah.
Show rating message. Nothing but when rating is displayed, like in rating screens, we have some messages which are displayed on the UI.
Yeah.
So for those kind of messages to display on the UI, how you set it? Click on the page on the definition tab, click show rating messages, specify a value, or you can map that correct respondent field which is already existing in your manuscript.
Yeah.
Setting display as a pop-up property. Nothing but on click of that particular page or on navigating to the particular page. Suppose if any pop-up should appear. So then you can use this condition, like click on page on the definition tab, click display as a pop-up. Okay, for example, while creating a policy, when you navigate to the next screen, all screens will be like account screen, rating, issue, bind, it will be like this. Now, you don't want those to be pages to be displayed in that way. Now you want the pages to be displayed as a pop-up.
Yeah.
So on click of the policy form button, a separate forms library pop-up will be appeared, like form library, which are what are the forms are there in that particular policy. So those kind of pages are called like pop-up property pages.
Yeah.
So how you apply that? Click on the page on the definition tab, click display as the pop-up and specify a value. Or you can map the respective condition which is already, if it is already existing in your manuscript.
Yeah.
Setting the navigation, setting the navigation class property. Okay, the navigation class property specifies rule to be determined. The navigation class associated with the page. Navigation in the sense like moving from one screen to the other screen.
Yeah.
So how you set it? Like click on the page on the definition tab, click navigation class. To the right of that particular navigation class field, if you have like any condition which I mean like when that particular navigation should be happened, if you have any condition, you can create a particular field or you can map the respective field which is already existing in your manuscript.
Yeah.
So what are the I mean like what are the few options available for this particular condition? Strong complete means all required fields on the page are complete. Incomplete means required fields are on the page or not complete. These are the some of the notification will be displayed when you are trying to navigate from one page to another page.
Hmm.
Trigger warnings, these are
Yeah.
caution, like all required fields on page are complete, but verification is recommended before proceeding to the next screen.
Yeah.
Setting the hover help property. The hover help property specifies whether to display the annotation when the cursor hovers a particular field instead of linking the field caption to annotation. Okay, when you hover the particular cursor on that particular page, then only the particular field will be displayed.
Yeah.
Click on the page, click on the definition tab, and click on the hover help. In the hover help list, click yes or no.
Yeah.
Okay, now setting the next button caption property.
Okay.
Now, right at the end of the screen, you can see next button.
Yeah.
So how you set that? Click on the page on the definition tab, click next button caption and give that particular name whichever you want here, or you can map that particular field which is already there in your current manuscript.
Yeah.
Set in the next button type property. Type. This is not, like how that button type you want, like radio button or normal. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, So how you said, click on the page and on the definition tab, click next button property and specify a value and map that correct correspondent field if it is already existing. New button type can be designed using global button.pst file. Okay, this is the default file which is available in your current manuscript or in your local machine.
Okay.
So when you are creating or when you are mapping, this will be defaulted like global button.pst file and button.css file.
Yeah.
You can also change the next button type globally by changing the next button default type configuration settings to kin.config file. Globally in the sense like in all the screens.
Okay.
That is the previous button caption property, nothing but like next button itself.
Right.
So how you set that? Click on the page on the definition tab, click previous button property caption and set the value. If you have already that caption value in a particular field, you can map that respective field which is already existing in your manuscript.
Yeah.
Set in the previous button type property, nothing but the type of a button you want to set.
Yeah.
Like click on the page on the definition tab, click on the previous button type and give a value, or you can map that respective field which is already existing in your manuscript.
Yeah.
The two types of property which are defaulted while creating a button is like global button.pst file and button.css file. If you want that particular button to be displayed on all the screens, then you can use globally by using the skins.config file.
Yeah.
Setting the run asynchronous property. Okay. Okay, setting the run asynchronously property. Lock the policy and run the page in the background.
Yeah.
Nothing but if you lock that particular policy which you have created, but page will be running in the background, but you cannot see it on the UI.
Yeah.
Okay, so how you said that? Like click the page and on the definition tab, click asynchronously.
Yeah.
Okay, that page will not be displayed on the UI. Only the function like in the background, it will be running.
Yes.
Set the value to true to load the page asynchronously and assign the configurable sub property.
Yeah.
Set in the automatic sub property. Okay, how you set that automatic, like in the sense like click on the page on the definition tab, click automatic, set to true. If you set to true, it will run automatically without any user input. Like user need not give any input to that particular field or particular page. It will defaultly execute. If it is a false, then you need to give manually any input.
Yes.
Setting the allow waiting sub property. Nothing but suppose if you wish to like I'm navigating from one screen to another screen. Okay, when on click of that next button, like I need any like 30 seconds of waiting time. So by default, how you set it? Like click on the page on definition tab, click allow waiting, set to true to wait to process to finish. Okay, if it is a false, if will not wait, if you directly navigate within seconds.
Yeah.
Setting high property high priority sub property. When set to true, the item will be proceeded immediately by bypassing the as a normal asynchronous queue. High priority is something that which will be executed on top of any other fields or pages.
Yeah.
The first one, if this one will be executed. How you said that? Click on the page on definition tab, click high priority. So it's set to true and it will defaultedly run immediately without any like gap or wait time.
Yeah.
If we set to false, it will execute normally in normal order.
Yes.
Setting to run pre-event asynchronously sub-property. When set to true, ignore the express action to set the run pre-event asynchronously sub-property. Click on the page on the definition tab. Click run pre-event asynchronously. Set to true to run pre-event asynchronously. If you set to false, it will not run.
Yeah.
Setting the title sub-property. How you set it? Click on the page on the definition tab. Click title and specify a value to the right of the title sub-property. Click on that particular Xflip button and map the correct respondent to field.
Yeah.
Set in the object type sub-property. Okay, object type the module of async page applies to. Okay, it is nothing but in a page, one particular module is called object type.
Yeah.
How you set that? And click on the page on the definition tab, click object type and select pol for policy. So now majorly you'll be creating only the policy, right? So
Yeah.
you need to select pol for policies defaultedly. Suppose if you are working in billing or party, then you need to click on PTY or BIL.
Yeah.
Set in the object ID is a property. Object ID is the identifier of the module users.
Yes.
To set the object ID for the particular module in the particular page, so how you set it? Click on the page on the definition tab, click object ID and set default to like a pol or a court ID or party ID or billing ID. Court
Yeah.
ID is set for policy, whereas party ID for party, billing ID is for billing.
Okay.
Use party mapping. So party mapping will enable like especially like for example, some of the fields like email, address, phone number. So these fields need to be displayed in by defaultly when you suppose when you enter the state, right? Automatically pin code should be displayed.
Hmm.
So these kind of a thing are mapping defaultedly in the background.
Yeah.
Already the data is there in the background. Just suppose if you give wrong zip code now for the particular state, it will give you a warning like a wrong zip code. So how it's displaying? Because we are already use this party mapping in the background for those particular fields, especially
Okay.
for the location details like address, email ID, phone number.
Okay.
So how you set it? Click on the page on the definition tab, click use party mapping. Type a value or map the correct respondent to field which is already created.
Okay.
Set in the page style property. Page style in the sense like what are the outlook you want, like look and feel, like style or caption, bold, italic, or how much length, how much width, color. So you can set that all the properties in this step. Like click on the page on the definition tab, click page style. To the right of that page style, you can map the correct respondent CSS selector. By using the CSS button, you can select the particular style you want.
Hmm.
Set in page annotation. So page annotation may be added to any field, page, section, tables, or grid widget. Annotation contains any text,
Yeah.
but they are generally used to display descriptive information as help for a product user interface. Okay, for example, like you are now you have created in like there is a one field called policy FAQ date.
Yeah.
Now you want user to fill it mandatorily.
Hmm.
Okay, now like for example, you want user to fill it mandatorily, but the date should be around 2024 itself.
Hmm.
You can give that particular annotation text below that policy FAQ date, feel like date should be only between 2024.
Hmm.
So how you said that? Click on the page on the definition tab, click annotation. The annotation and topic dialog box appear. Enter the annotation for the page. Like what are the text you wanted to display on the page, enter it. And
Yeah.
click on OK.